What's this? Daydreaming again, are we, my dear? I could have sworn you were supposed to be doing something. Oh, yes, that's right, scrubbing the floors. And yet here you sit, brush unmoving. Then how do you explain that dirty spot over here? And this one here? Being sorry won't get the job done now, will it? The coronation may still be a month away, but this place must be sparkling brighter than a diamond by then. All the royals from the neighboring kingdoms will be here, and how can we expect to impress them with filthy floors? Silence. It's not just the floors. Earlier, I happened to glance at my mirror. You know, the one you are to polish every single morning. Do you know what I saw? Streaks. Big, swiping streaks across the glass. How do you explain that? Well, of course you saw a face, you half-wit. It's a mirror. It it wasn't your own? What are you talking about? That's nonsense. A voice? Ridiculous. Who ever heard of a talking mirror? It's the silliest thing I've ever heard. It must have just been the wind. Enough. More importantly, from what I hear, your shortcomings aren't only limited to half-hearted cleaning. Supposedly the laundry is only half done, and the meat at lunch was positively dry. What excuse could you possibly have for that? Helping the cook bandage her hand? You can't be serious. A bad burn from the cooking fire? Oh, please. She could have tended that wound perfectly fine on her own. You're just looking for ways to avoid your work. I seem to recall telling you that there would be consequences if I caught you slacking again. The guards must be out of practice with the dungeon currently empty. Perhaps a night or two in there might teach you to keep your mind on your work. No? Then I want to see this floor sparkling by the end of the hour. Is that clear? I beg your pardon. What did you call me? Much better. For the last time, you will not call me step-parent. You will address me as your majesty, just like any other servant. Good. I know it may seem harsh, my dear, but believe me, it's far better to be in your position. The pressure of ruling a kingdom is greater than you could possibly imagine. I'm sure your father would have been glad to see you spared all that responsibility. Yes, yes, I know. The gods rest his soul. Be thankful you still have air in your lungs. Most who were blighted by that dreadful fever were dead within a week. I am not quite sure how you managed to survive, but the point is, it could have been far worse. Don't worry, I swore to your father that I'd never abandon you. You will continue to have the privilege of serving me for as long as you do as you're told and do it well. Captain? What's the meaning of this? I'm in the middle of some very important business. What are you doing bringing some pathetic peasant before me? I see. So you caught them hunting deer, and on royal land no less? My, my. Is this true, peasant? Surely you must know the penalty for poaching, don't you? You will answer your monarch when they speak to you. Now, on your knees. That's better. According to our laws, poachers who are caught will suffer the same fate as their prey. Imagine risking your life for a single deer. Unless, Perhaps it wasn't just the deer you were after. Get that hood off their head. Let me see their neck. Just as I thought. That mark, an arrowhead, if I'm not mistaken. The symbol of the gray arrows. Well, well, it seems we have a little thief in our midst. What was your assignment? Were you meant to sneak into my palace? You're trying my patience, little thief. Believe me, it's in your best interest to tell me the truth. Otherwise, I'll have to assume the worst. Look at me. I said, look at me. Good. I'd certainly hate to cut down a flower like yourself before... Ugh, you filthy wretch. How dare you spit at me? That's it. Guards, send for the executioner. Excuse me? What was that, my pet? You dare presume to tell me what to do? Did they not break the law? Are deer not royal property? Hunting is forbidden unless it is for my table. They must have been hungry. Oh, of course. Why didn't I think of that? You're lucky that I'm feeling gracious today, or you might have found yourself sharing their same fate. Guards, lock the thief in the dungeons until I decide how best to end their miserable life. And you, pet, get out of my sight. Finish your chores, starting with the laundry, and when you're done with that, the windows. I don't care if it was yesterday or 10 minutes ago. Regardless of when you last cleaned them, if I say do it, then you will obey my orders. Is that clear? Now, go. If there is so much as a speck of dirt left by the end of the day, I'll have you dragged off to the dungeons right along with the thief. The rat. They're getting bolder by the day. Even worse, the guards nearly listened to them. Could it be that... No, no. I am the monarch. I am the rightful ruler. Damn it, where's that mirror? Slave within the silver glass, tell me what shall come to pass. I come, my liege, from farthest space to serve thine own imperial grace. Unto thy power I bend the knee. My liege, what wouldst thou have from me? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the greatest one of all? One as great as you is rare, and yet I fear you must despair, for there is one with a heart so true, who, alas, is greater far than you. What? No. Impossible. If you're lying to me... My liege, you know as well as I, your magic bids me never lie. Regardless of the woe they bring, my words with truth will always ring. Who is it? Tell me. The one I speak of you know well, for here within these walls they dwell. A heart as pure as fallen snow, who repays with kindness every woe, who seeks not power nor acclaim, who treats both rich and poor the same. Your ward is the one whom I must name. No, that wretched little beast. I should have dealt with them years ago. I'm getting far too soft. No matter, this can easily be remedied. But how to go about it? Yes, yes, that will do nicely. Guards, bring me the thief. You heard me. Bring them from the dungeon. I have a little proposal for them. Tell them that if they agree, I might just spare their pathetic life. Greater than me, are you, my pet? Believe me, not for long.